Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, January 5th, 2026. If you thought 2025 ended with a bang, 2026 has just kicked down the door. We are waking up to a historic and frankly chaotic morning in the global markets. The geopolitical chessboard was flipped over this weekend. The headline dominating every terminal from London to Tokyo is the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro by U.S. forces. This isn't a drill. The Trump administration has effectively claimed control of the Venezuelan government, and the ripple effects are tearing through the commodities sector, specifically oil, while equity markets are reacting in ways you might not expect. Today, we are going to break down exactly what happened in the last 24 hours, where the major indices stand right now, and why a specific whale in the crypto market is betting millions against Bitcoin this morning. Let's dive in. First, let's look at the scoreboard. It's a sea of volatility out there. Asia session, we start in Asia, which just wrapped up a monster session. Nikkei 225, the star of the show. Japan closed up 3.03% at 51,865. Japanese markets are absolutely flying, fueled by a weakening yen and renewed foreign investment. Hang Seng, much quieter, closing flat to slightly up, gaining just 0.03% to sit at 26,347. Kospi, a massive rally here as well, surging 3.43% to close at 4,457, driven by the semiconductor boom we've been tracking since late 25. Europe session, moving to Europe. The markets are currently open and showing surprising resilience despite the geopolitical shockwaves. FTSE 100, London is flirting with history. The index is currently up 0.2% at 9,951. It briefly breached the psychological 10,000 level earlier in the session, but has pulled back slightly. DAX, a strong showing, up 1.24% to 24,828. CAC 40, up 0.62% to 8,246. U.S. futures and previous close. Wall Street hasn't opened yet, but let's recap where we left off Friday and look at the futures. Dow Jones closed Friday up 0.66% at 48,382. S&P 500 closed up 0.19% at 6,858. Nasdaq, the laggard on Friday, dipping slightly by 0.03% to 23,235. What's critical here is the divergence. While the U.S. closed mixed on Friday, Asian and European markets are pricing in a risk-on scenario today, largely ignoring the potential instability in South America and focusing on the potential for cheaper energy prices. Now, the story that changed everything. Over the weekend, reports confirmed that U.S. forces have taken Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro into custody. This is an unprecedented escalation in the Trump administration's foreign policy. President Trump made a statement early this morning, vowing to run Venezuela until a transition is complete. His exact words regarding the country's resources were, "We want it back." He is explicitly demanding the return of land and oil rights to U.S. interests. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer was quick to distance Britain from the operation. In a press conference just hours ago, Starmer denied any UK involvement in the capture. He pivoted quickly to trade policy, stating that closer ties with the EU single market are preferable to a customs union, a comment that is currently lifting the British pound and stabilizing the FTSE. The market impact. You would expect a military intervention in an oil-rich nation to spike prices, right? Wrong. Oil prices. Crude is actually dropping this morning. Why? The market is pricing in the Trump administration's promise to revitalize Venezuela's oil industry. The narrative is that with Maduro out, U.S. supermajors will flood back in, repair the infrastructure, and unleash Venezuela's 303 billion barrels of reserves onto the global market. General Michael Flynn stated that if Venezuela becomes a production powerhouse again, it could cement lower prices for the longer term. Result: the market fears a supply glut, not a shortage. Keep an eye on Chevron and ExxonMobil when the U.S. market opens. They are the likely beneficiaries of this regime change. Finally, let's look at the crypto markets, where we are seeing a very strange signal this morning. Bitcoin, trading around $68,831. It's up about 0.8% on the day, but struggling to break the $70,000 resistance. Ethereum, trading at $3,155, showing a slight divergence from Bitcoin. The whale alert. Here is the alpha you need to know. On-chain data from this morning has flagged a massive movement by a specific whale wallet. This investor has just opened a massive short position on Bitcoin using 20x leverage. Simultaneously, they have opened a long position on Ethereum. What does this mean? This is a classic rotation trade. The smart money is betting that Bitcoin has topped out for now and that liquidity is about to flow into Ethereum. If you are trading crypto today, be very careful with long leverage on Bitcoin. So what is the trade for today? Watch oil. If WTI crude breaks below support, energy stocks might drag the Dow down, even if tech rallies. UK/EU trade. Here Starmer's comments on the single market are bullish for UK importers, but might weigh on the FTSE 100's exporters due to a stronger pound. US Open. Expect volatility at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The market has to digest the Venezuelan news. If the cheaper oil narrative holds, this is bullish for consumers and transportation stocks. I will be back with a midday update once Wall Street picks a direction. Until then, stay liquid and keep your stops tight.